It's the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chiefs and the Saints on Monday night.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Greg Wild, first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, you're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October,
here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go here on Monday night. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
and while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Aaron Jones that time. And it'll lead to a second down. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021. National champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still 2nd down.
From the pistol, a give to Chubb. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He's across midfield. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Here's Chubb. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Still second down.
We'll try it one more time, but now a bit closer. It is second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Is it time to turn to the running game to get in? Third and goal coming up. They'll run with Chubb. And he will not get in. The defense standing their ground, pushing him back, and it sets up fourth and goal.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Burrow to throw for it on 4th down. To the goal line and in. David Njoku. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. He knocks it through. The Saints will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. Scott now on the return. Yeah. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Fields. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Now here's Aaron Jones. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll try to run for it.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. There's a short throw caught by Njoku.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Second down, Burrow. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 7. They put Woods in motion. To the left side, he's got Njoku.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down. If he doesn't pick up the extra yards after the catch, they've got a 4th down play call they feel great about, and we're going to see what it looks like. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Now, Fields. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. The Saints out on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They go play action with Fields. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 7.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
It's 4th down.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Santos's kick is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Saints offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow to the left side into the hands of Collins. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Burrow working in the pistol. Now he'll run. A gain there of 20. It's good for a Saints first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll take off again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it first and goal. Here's Burrow. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying again here from the 7-yard line. Second down and goal. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Third and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. Still third down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is not going to get in to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up fourth and goal.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up fourth down.
From the 2, they're going to go for it here. It is fourth and goal. Here's a design run. And he will take it in himself. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Saints. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with first and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. It was Andre Sisco there to bring him down. Second down and 8. In motion is Hill. Second down, it's Fields. And this will be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They run straight ahead with Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Fields. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Off the RPO, it's caught by St. Brown.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of real...
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Now, Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Now, Burrow. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away. Back deep is Darius Davis. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. It is caught left side by St. Brown. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. 11 yards as they move the chains. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. A 1st down throw for Fields. Got a man. It's Thomas. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. 31 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard.
At the Saints 16-yard line.
In motion comes Thomas. Fields now on 2nd down. Now he'll run it. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs are back within 4. It is 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Njoku. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll get that to his tight end. That's Jelani Woods. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Saints going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First down. Fields airing one out for Bourne. And that one is caught. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get started out in Denver, where you see the final score there. Tua Tagovailoa, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home. at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Bo Nix. A strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Panay Wanwu now to return. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in, that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. Burrow now to throw on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back to throw, Burrow. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. To throw is Burrow. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Right back to Judy. He's got it again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. A run up the middle with Chubb. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Once again, it's Chubb. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They bring Judy in motion. Burrows from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And he's in. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, New Orleans. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Saints move out to a 24-10 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. First carry for Gus Edwards. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
A give to Jones, heading right. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On the give, it's Jones. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. Here's 3rd and 2. The motion man here is Bourne. Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That is brought in at the 10. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
I think at this point in the game, prior to that 3rd down call, the coach is telling his quarterback, hey, you got 2 downs. This is 4 down territory, but that last completion, I think, saves him from having to make that decision, at least for the time being, barring any penalties. Now, they got 3 or 4 plays to try to end this one with a touchdown.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
A give now. It's Jones on the zone read. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And the rush gets there. He'll be tracked down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. the visitors' offense. And Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer. They continue to get chunk plays like this. This thing could get out of reach fast.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Burrow. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
A first down throw for Burrow. A throw on the move is caught. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, there to bring him down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Now, Burrow. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended target there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. His kick is good. And the Saints add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Chiefs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Fields. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run here. much happening there. Just a short game.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Second down. It's Fields. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
On first down, Burrow. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Chubb. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes 3rd down. Now, Burrow. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Chubb. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Burrow now. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 3rd down and 9. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
This is the point in the game, Mike. We're on 3rd down. You have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down. On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Saints will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Scott now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. On 1st and 10, Fields. Here comes the screen to Jones. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. This one complete to Bourne. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Fields now on 2nd down. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The throw on the run is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He's going to run it. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That is brought in at the 10. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, Kansas City. The tight end used in the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule. The closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. And they're getting closer to a 2nd win on the season. All they got to do is hold on here, and a good drive right now would help. They'll start it 1st and 10. They'll go with Chubb. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Running is Chubb. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down. Chubb takes his handoff, running left. They tried the same thing and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes fourth down. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Here's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. First down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
And 10 yards to go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. So this one a win for the visiting Saints. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, good night from Kansas City.